welcome back to EDH Deck Building. I am your host, Demo, and I am a glutton for punishment, so I have decided to rank all of the Commander sets. I'm taking all of the Commander sets, and I mean the sets that were actually printed for Commander, for which there are 12 now, including the most recent Battle for Baldur's Gate, which I will include in this list, even though it is still pretty fresh. I will not be including any of the, pre-con stuff. They print Commander cards for like every set now, of course, but I'm not going to be including any of that. This will only be the actual Commander sets. We have 10 Commander sets plus the 2 Commander Legends sets, right? And of course, I will be ranking these on 2 basic criteria. Obviously, the Commanders, that's a big one. So how good are the Commanders? How impactful are they? Are they really popular? Do we see them all the time? Are they great build-arounds? All that good stuff. So obviously, that is a big part of this. Also, the 99 cards, right? That's a huge criteria for me about how impactful or how good a Commander set really is. How many great cards for the 99 have we gotten? And a lot of sets will vary widely on these 2 things. There are some sets that have fantastic Commanders, not a lot of great 99 cards, and there's other sets where the Commanders aren't very impressive, but the 99 cards are pretty darn good. So this is how I am ranking them. I'm starting out at number 12 with Commander 2014. This one I think is the worst. I think a lot of people would probably agree with this though. This is the set where they printed the Planeswalkers as Commanders, which of course was very buzzworthy when it first happened because it was a new thing, and a lot of these Planeswalkers as Commanders were really popular for a while. This is sort of when I first started playing Commander, and I saw them all the time because people just liked the opportunity to play with a Planeswalker as their Commander. They've really fallen off. Not a lot of them are very popular anymore at all. I think a big thing with this set is that they were monocolored, and I agree that they did that. The fact that they did, let's try Planeswalkers as Commanders, but let's leave them monocolored so that we're not sort of going too far, was a good choice. But for that reason, they are not very popular at all. A few other Commanders from the set, I really like Feldon of the Third Path. Ghoulcaller Gisa is a pretty good one. But again, only monocolored Commanders from this set, which I think held it back a lot. I think this is probably the worst Commander set as far as Commanders go. 99 cards, we had some decent ones. We got Myriad Landscape here, Commander Sphere, obviously Commander Staples, not particularly powerful ones, but they are ones you see a lot. We got some great cards like Song of the Dryads and Dualcaster Mage, obviously cards that see a lot of play. A couple of my favorite white cards like Comeuppance is from this set, and Containment Priest, which obviously has a very unique and powerful effect. So we did get some pretty good cards in the 99, but overall, if you look at the 99 cards and the Commanders, probably the worst Commander set, I think. Coming in at number 11 is Commander 2015, and this might seem like a surprise to a lot of people because there are some really popular Commanders from this set, particularly Meren of Clan Neltoth, which is still a really popular Commander, was the second most popular Commander in the format for a long time. Really powerful, still sees a lot of play, but then it really drops off from there. If you look at Commanders like Azuri and Mizzix, and of course this is where we got the experience counter thing from, there is a massive drop off in popularity between Meren and these guys, which are number 2 and 3 from the set. Again, Commanders that I saw all the time when I first started playing, and you do not see them much anymore. And then once you get to the bottom, you get Kalemne and Anya, which this is sort of where the Boros meme of Boros being so bad in the format came from, because it just seemed like the Commanders that they were printing for Boros were just really not that good and not great build-arounds. Anya in particular, I was always baffling to me why they made that Commander the way they did. I just did not think it was a great build-around at all. As far as the 99 cards go, though, we got some great ones like Thought Vessel and Command Beacon. Again, just Commander staples that you see all the time. Really popular cards. 167,000 for Thought Vessel on EDH Rec, and Command Beacon 68,000, which could probably be a lot higher because it could literally go in any Commander deck. We also got the Confluence Cycle, which is pretty good. A couple of great cards there for that cycle. We got Bastion Protector. We got Grasp of Fate that everybody loves. They attempted to make a green board wipe with Azuri's Predation, but other than that, not a lot of really super impactful cards in the 99 either, I don't think. So where I rank this, I believe, is pretty accurate. accurate. Coming in at number 10, Commander 2017, and I think a lot of people will be shocked by how low I rank this, okay? But I will make my case for it. And by the way, we're comparing these to all the other Commander sets. I'm not saying this is bad. It definitely is a good Commander set. Just compared to the rest, I don't think it ranks as high. You got Edgar Markov and the Ur-Dragon in this set, which is two of the most popular Commanders in the entire format, of course, both with over 8,000 decks on EDH Rec. Very popular Commanders. After that, it drops off considerably to Kess Descendant Mage and Ramos Dragon Engine, which have 5,000 and 3,000 decks respectively. Still really good Commanders. I would say the Commanders from this set are pretty darn good. I would rank the Commanders from this set a little bit higher because there are some great ones. Again, a lot of them were way more popular when the set first came out and have trailed off quite a bit. That to me is very telling. Obviously, Commanders are going to be more popular when a set is fresh, but after it's been out for a few years, if people lose interest and move on to other things, I think that says a lot about the effectiveness of those Commanders. If we look at the 99 cards, obviously Teferi's Protection is the big one here. This is the best card from the set, I think. Even if we're including Commanders, I think this is the best card from the set. Obviously a Commander staple. It's an over 100,000 decks on EDH Rec, which for a card that isn't colorless is incredibly high. Other than that though, you know, we got the Kindred series, which is pretty good. Kindred Discovery, Kindred Dominance, those cards do see quite a bit of play. We got Disrupt Decorum, great gold card. We got Traverse the Outlands, really good ramp card, but other than that, it really trails off with cards in the 99. In fact, there is not a lot of cards from this set that are in over 10,000 decks in the 99. Only 12, in fact, which is not very many. Coming in at number 9, we got Commander 2018, and again, I think people will probably be surprised how low I rank this because they probably are thinking of the Commanders like Yuriko and Lord Windgrace. Again, two of the most popular Commanders in the format. Yuriko's actually number 2 right now. Incredible. In the entire format, it is the second most popular Commander, which is amazing. And I think a lot of the reason why, I mean, obviously they went a little too far when they designed this as just a tribal ninja commander. I think this is a bad design. It is a really powerful commander. The fact that your commander ninjutsu is cheating commander tax also, I think, was probably a mistake here. A lot of people don't even use this for a ninja tribal commander, which to me says that they made a mistake on the design. It gets played in CEDH a lot because it is such a powerful effect. Even Lord Windgrace has trailed off a little bit, was more popular before because he was sort of the go-to for a lands deck, and now there's a lot more options there, so people have gone in other directions as far as he is. And then again, trails off a little bit. We got Tuvasa and Amanatu. Of course, people really liked, now we have the multicolored Planeswalker option here as well. So that's another reason, again, why way more popular when it first came out, because you had the multicolored Planeswalker option as your commander, and that was the first time we saw that. Tuvasa was the most popular enchantment commander for a long, long time and no longer is. Sithis has beat out Tuvasa by quite a wide margin there. We do have some great commanders though. We got Brutaclad, we got Thantis, some really interesting build-arounds for sure. I think, again, as far as the commanders go, this is a pretty good set. If we look at the 99 cards, take a guess what is the most popular 99 card from this set. Throw it out there. What do you think is the most popular card in the 99 from Commander 2018? It's Loyal Apprentice. That's right. Loyal Apprentice is the most popular card in the 99 from Commander 2018. Man, was I surprised to see that. It's a good card for sure. Cranking out those Thopter tokens every turn. They got haste. There's a lot you can do with that, but that is a pretty specific card as far as strategies go. So the fact that that's the most popular card in the 99 from this set is very telling in my opinion. Endless Atlas would be the second most popular. That's the kind of card that I want to see as the most popular card from a set. It's colorless. It's a draw option. That's the card you're going to want to see a lot. This card was a lot more popular, has fallen off quite a bit because I think they've really been pushing draw in a lot of the colors that don't traditionally get it. Other than that, you got Forge of Heroes, you got Treasure Nabber, some interesting cards for sure. Windgrace's Judgment, which is a card that, man, when it first came out, was one of those cards you thought everyone would put in all of their black and green decks, and really that's not the case. Black and green does have a lot of great removal. They've come out with a lot more since Windgrace's Judgment was printed, but this is one of those cards when you first saw it, you're like, okay, everyone's going to be playing that card, and they did for a little while, but has really fallen off. So again, great commanders from this set, but as far as the 99 goes, just okay. Coming in at number 8, and this is where I am slotting Battle for Baldur's Gate. This is a Commander Legends set, not nearly as good as the first one, as I've already talked about. I have softened on it a little, especially the backgrounds thing. I didn't love the idea of them shoehorning enchantments into the command zone, but I've made a couple videos recently about backgrounds. I even did one on what I think are great matchups recently. And after doing that video, I was like, man, you know what? If I look at these backgrounds as 99 cards, it sort of changes my opinion quite a bit. Now, as far as the actual commanders go, there are some interesting ones. Everyone really seems to like Miram Sentinel Worm. I think the creating token copy part is what people really like a lot. It's Dragon Tribal though. So you're doing Teamer Dragon Tribal. That's what I thought would hold it back quite a bit. I really like Merkle Loader of Bones. That was the most interesting commander from the set. I think there's just so much you can do with that really unique and interesting ability. So there are some really interesting build around commanders here without question. It's obviously tough to evaluate it so soon in with where these commanders will fall. There's certainly enough to choose from. The 99 cards obviously have a bunch as well. Archivist of Ogma and Deep Gnome Terramancer, two mono white cards, I think are the best cards from this set. They go in so many decks in my opinion. I'm not going to harp on it. The Dragon series, people seem to really like. I didn't mention that in my top 20 video, but you know, I don't particularly love the randomness of the D20 rolling. I know the potential there is really high. If I have an Ancient Silver Dragon though, that's an 8 mana creature that I paid for, got a way to turn, then I swing with it, and if I connect, I roll a D20, and if I roll like a 2 and I draw 2 cards, that doesn't seem great. But of course you can also draw 20 cards, so I guess there's that potential as well. I think people like the potential of I can possibly get a huge effect off of this. Black Market Connections is a great black card that's going to be a commander staple for sure. Wild Magic Surge is going to be a mono red staple in the format for a long time for sure. I really like Displacer Kitten and Battle Angels of Tyr. We did get some pretty darn good 99 cards here. And like I said, the backgrounds, I think both the backgrounds and the background commanders, I think are going to be fantastic in the 99 as well. So it's, again, hard to evaluate this so soon, but I think I put it right where it should be. Coming in at number 7 is Commander 2019, and this is a set that if you look at the commanders, oh man, there's a lot of impactful ones. Atla Palani being at the top, Crick, Son of Yawgmoth is number 2. We also have Elsha of the Infinite, Angie Falconwrath. You have the Morph Commander in Kadena Slinking Sorcerer, which is really popular. You got Gered, Conclave Exile, really high up there too. They have a lot of really great commanders from this set. The least popular commander from this set is actually Gerard Weatherlight Hero, which I have a deck. That's kind of surprising. I think he's a great build around. There's a lot you can do there. But the fact that the least popular commander from this set is a commander that I think is actually a really interesting build around says a lot. So the commanders from this set are pretty fantastic. The 99 cards is also pretty fantastic. Of course, this is where we got Dockside Extortionist from. Far and away the most popular card from this set. Obviously, a card that I think sort of broke everyone's brains when it comes to treasure tokens. People call for this card to get banned all the time. I don't think it needs to at all. We got a lot of other great cards as well. Orin Frostfang, Savine's Reclamation, really great cards. Orin Frostfang can go in any of those decks in green where you want to be attacking a lot. Savine's Reclamation could pretty much go in any white deck, I think. Just really great value card. Idol of Oblivion, if you're playing a token theme, is great. Bone Miser is an auto include if you're in any black deck where you're discarding lots. We got Sanctum of Eternity, which is a really fantastic card for specific strategies where you want to be returning your commander to your hand. Also, it is a commander you own. So if someone steals your commander, right? A lot of people will put Homeward Path in their commander decks because they don't want their commander stolen. This is another way to do it, right? If your opponent steals your commander, you can bounce it back to your hand because it is a commander you own, right? A lot of really great cards in the 99 as well. So this one I put relatively high up there. Coming in at number 6 is Commander 2021. For me, I think this is where it goes, even though I wasn't super impressed with this set in the beginning, mostly because of the 99 cards. So I'll start there. First of all, Archaeomancer's Map and Cursed Mirror. Those are the two most popular cards from the set. Obviously, Archaeomancer's Map is one of the best white ramp cards out there. I don't know if it's the best. It's certainly in the discussion. Cursed Mirror is just a great card. Again, this is a card that I was really high on when I talked about my favorite cards from the set. Didn't see a lot of other people talking about it, but you could put it in any red deck because it's a mana rock, but is also giving you that huge upside as well. It really trails off after that. You know, Monologue Tax, Cunning Rhetoric, again, two of the most popular 99 cards from the set that, you know, I think are okay. They're all right. I don't think they're particularly great. Ink Shield's an interesting card that sees a little bit of play. Stinging Study is probably one of my favorite 99 cards. I think this is one of the best mono black draw cards in the entire format now, so I like that one a lot. I didn't think the 99 was particularly that good from this set. However, the commanders are pretty darn good. We got Oscar, #1 from this set. Obviously, one of the most popular Boros commanders ever, and one of the most popular commanders in the entire format. We got Veyran and Adrix and Nev, both fantastic commanders. Brina, Guillaume, we really got a lot of fantastic build-arounds as commanders from this set. I was really impressed with the commanders from this set, actually. I built a ton of decks from this set on my channel. So really the commanders from this set, for me, pushes it a lot higher up the list. Coming in at number 5 is the Originator, Commander 2011, which was originally just called Commander because it was the first Commander set. And I guess they weren't sure if they would ever be printing another one. And again, this just has so many staples as far as commanders go. You got Kalia the Vast, Animar Soul of Elements. And because these commanders are so old now, I mean, we're talking over 10 years this set's been out, and these are still really popular commanders in the format. Rico of the Two Reflections, Zedru the Great-Hearted, they really did a fantastic job with making commanders that are really interesting build-arounds where you can go a lot of different directions with it. We got Corridor, Ghost Chieftain, the Mimeoplasm, so many great commanders to build around from this set. So as far as commanders go, this is way up the list for me. And then of course, because it was the first commander set, we also have a lot of great 99 cards, Command Tower being the most obvious one, right? That goes in pretty much every deck. So I don't know how much you're going to push this up the list just because it has Command Tower in it, but nevertheless, obviously a commander staple. Chaos Warp though, again, this is a card that just sees so much play, absolute commander staple without question. We got some other great 99 cards though, like Stranglehold and Martyr's Bond. Really interesting cards that fit in certain themes. And we got the Join Forces mechanic and cards like Minds Aglow and Collective Voyage, because of course they are printed specifically for the Commander format, so they fit really well in the multiplayer theme, right? And that's why this set has a lot of great 99 cards, is because it's fitting the multiplayer theme, and they hadn't really printed cards like that yet. So that's why you see a lot of these cards still in the Commander format. Coming in at number 4 is Commander 2013. And so for those who don't know, the original set was printed in 2011 and they weren't printing them every year. In 2013, they decided to do another Commander set. And I imagine that's why they decided also to start printing them every year. So there was no Commander 2012 for anyone who's wondering. Of course, the commanders from this set, I mean, you just look at them and it's Oloro and Nekusar at the top. I mean, just again, commanders that have been around for a long, long time and still see tons of play because they are such fantastic build-arounds. Derevi and Prosh, still really popular commanders. We got Rune, we got Jaleva. There is an incredible amount of commanders from this set that are fantastic build-arounds that still see a ton of play. The least popular commander from this set is Gahiji Honored One, which still has 486 decks on EDH Rec. So pretty incredible, very high ranking as far as the commanders go from this set. As far as the 99 cards go, how about Toxic Deluge? There's a commander staple without question. It's in over 100,000 decks on EDH Rec. It is one of the best board wipes in the entire format. I'm sure some people could even make the argument for it being the best board wipe in the format. One of my favorite commander cards, Bane of Progress, came out in this set. I absolutely love this card. I put it in almost every deck I can shoehorn it into. We got the Tempt series from this set, right? Tempt with Discovery or Tempt with Vengeance. So again, playing into that political theme, into the theme of you're in a multiplayer format. So let's go down that road. So those are obviously very interesting cards in the format. We got cards like Ophiomancer, which are mainstays in certain archetypes. So the 99 cards are rated really high for me from this set as well. It is a really great commander set in my opinion. But coming in at number 3 is C20. And of course, this set is unique in that it was, they called it Ikoria Commander. I think they just call it Commander 2020 now. I'm not even sure. They obviously did Ikoria and C20 at the same time, which was a new thing for them. And of course, from the actual Ikoria set, there's also a lot of great cards there as well. And of course, we got the Partner With mechanic again, now printed in a commander set. All those Partner With combinations are really popular. popular. They see a lot of play. And then, of course, there is also the mono commanders from this set, Zaxar and Calamax, really, really popular commanders. A lot of people went after these guys immediately as soon as they came out. We also got Gavi, Nest Warden, of course, a straight up dedicated cycling commander, which a lot of people were very happy to see. We also got some really interesting ones in Xyrus and Tyam, which makes for interesting build-arounds. Even ones like Jarina Kudrow, which I did not think was going to be very popular. I thought it was a little boring in vanilla, has over 1,000 decks on EDH Rec, which I think says a lot about this set. Only commander from this set that's really unpopular is Kim the Soaring Wind, which in my opinion, they just made more expensive. I think this commander, which has gotten a lot better in the last couple of years, I talked about this on my Commanders That Got Better video in the last little while, because they have come out with a ton of token support in the last couple of years, which I think makes Kim a lot better. They should have just made this guy cheaper. I think 5 mana is too much for what he's doing. His ability is also too expensive, so that's a big reason why nobody goes after this. Really though, he's the only commander from the set that isn't that popular. As far as the 99 cards go, man, we got some impactful ones here. Obviously, we got the free spells, right? Like Fierce Guardianship and Deflecting Swat that see an absolute ton of play. You got to have your commander on board. That's about it, right? When I first saw these cards, these two in particular, I thought, here's a great way to protect your commander for free. That's what I liked about them. And I started shoehorning these cards into every deck because I play my commander, I can tap out, put my commander on board, and then I have a Fierce Guardianship or Deflecting Swat to help protect my commander without having to pay for it. That's why I like them. Obviously, they're incredibly powerful. Again, cards that people call for getting banned. We also got Deadly Rollick and Flawless Maneuver, which see an absolute ton of play as well. So just for that cycle alone, this gets pushed up the list. We also have some cards that fit in really specific archetypes like Species Specialist, Twinning Staff. It does trail off quite a bit after you get to that free cycle with as far as cards in the 99, but there are some interesting ones that fit in certain archetypes. Surly Badgesaur, just an absolute mainstay in the discard theme if you're in red. Nesting Grounds, of course, a very, very important card if you're in a counter theme because you can move those counters around. So that goes in a whole bunch of decks. There is a lot of really great cards in this set for specific archetypes. Coming in at number 2, we got Commander 2016. I think probably the top 2 is not a big surprise to anybody. Of course, the commanders from this set. Got to talk about Atraxa. It is the most popular commander from the set. It was the most popular commander in the entire format for years when it first came out. All of the 4-color commanders from this set were very, very popular. Atraxa managed to stick around because it is so open-ended. In my opinion, that's why, because it's so open-ended with that proliferate ability, and there's so many different directions you can go with it. It trailed off a little bit. I think it got down to like 5 or 6 as far as popular commanders in the format go, and then climbed back up to number 1. It is number 1 again. Might never get dethroned, I don't think. Of course, the other 4-color commanders as well are really popular, like Brea and KNT. They were the first 4-color commanders, right? For those who don't know, there was no legendary creatures that were 4 colors before, so this gave you an option. They're great build-arounds, but also it was a 4-color option. If you wanted to build a 4-color deck, you now had an option to do so. So that's why all of the 4-color commanders were really, really popular in the format for a long, long time, and they still are. But on top of that, they also introduced the partner mechanic in this set, and whether or not you like the partner mechanic or not, or you think it was a good idea to introduce, you cannot argue that it is not incredibly impactful on the format, because it certainly is. All the mixing and matching, and again, you could get that 4-color combination with your partner commanders as well, so you also had that option. I actually really went nuts with this set when it first came out with all the partner combinations, just trying to figure out which ones match with which. I made so many partner decks from 2016 when this first came out, trying to mix and match certain combinations. I've talked about that quite a bit on my channel. Obviously, the commanders from this set are some of the most impactful ever if you look at the mono commanders and also the partner commanders. The 99 cards are pretty good too. We got mainstays like Sylvan Reclamation and Curtain's Call, great removal spells. Some cards that fit into those specific archetypes like Duelist Heritage, Deep Glow Skate. But ultimately, the reason I ranked this one so high is because the commanders, partners, and the non-partners are just so impactful on the format. Just one of the most impactful sets as far as commanders go. But of course, coming in at number 1 is going to be Commander Legends, the original Commander Commander Legends set. And again, very impactful with both the Commanders and the 99 cards. I am really shocked that Lysa Shrouded Dusk is the most popular commander from the set. This was really surprising for me. I thought whenever a player cast a spell, they lose 2 life, felt like a very Staxy theme and would keep people away from this. But yeah, I mean, number 1 from the set. It's got over 5,000 decks on EDH Rec, especially if you think about all the other really interesting commanders from the set. Like, I thought Obeka and Arami were the 2 most interesting commanders from the set. There's a lot you could do with. They are really popular for sure. Really great, interesting abilities. You also got Yurlok of the Scorched Thras, of course, the Mana Burn commander, which everyone is excited to build around. But as I correctly predicted, has fallen off in popularity for a number of reasons. Icy Tyrant of Gyre Strait, also really popular commander, the most popular lands commander now. I actually was pretty surprised that this unseated Tatyova. I thought Tatyova was always going to be the more popular commander there, but the additional land each turn, people clearly prefer that ability on their lands commander. We also got Quain, a commander that I'm shocked how popular it is. People really like this guy. We got really interesting ones in Belbay Corrupted Observer and Gen Arcanum Weaver. There is a ton, obviously, of really, really interesting commanders from this set. And you have to go all the way down to Kangi Sky Warden to get below 1,000 decks on EDH Rec. Kangi has 991 currently, and that is the 23rd most popular commander from the set. So that is incredible. The most impactful set as far as commanders go, and we're not even getting at, of course, the partner commanders. Once again, they've revisited that. And again, even more popular than I thought they would be are Den and Rogue Rack. I talked about being the most popular combination from this set as far as partners go. Incredibly popular. I can't believe how many people went after that one. But of course, you have other really popular ones as well in Sakashima and Krark, which see a ton of play. Nadir, Agent of Dustnell. You know, again, these cards fit in the 99 of a lot of decks, and I have put Nadir in the 99 of so many decks. I just put him in another one in my next Underwhelming Commanders video because he fits there as well. He's doing the token theme, and that fits in so many different strategies, right? So again, these partner commanders fit in the 99 of a ton of decks as well. We haven't even gotten to the 99 cards yet. Of course, we got Jeweled Lotus from this set, a very controversial card, of course, very buzzworthy, and honestly, I have not seen this card that much. I think I've only seen it twice actually played in a casual commander game. I don't find it to be particularly impactful, to be quite honest. You know, a lot of people will get their commander out really early with it, but unless they can start doing stuff right away, their commander just becomes a removal magnet, and then now you've sort of wasted your Jeweled Lotus. It's sort of a 2-for-1. If you have a way to get your Jeweled Lotus back out of your graveyard constantly, like in a Mildrotha deck or something like that, it can be really good. I honestly don't see this card that much, and in fact, it's not the most popular card from the set. The most popular 99 card from the set is Jessica's Will, which I'm pretty surprised by. I did not even talk about this card that much on my channel originally. Of course, my channel's inception was because of this set, and this card sees a ton of play. It's in over 95,000 decks on EDH Rec. That is a whole ton. People really like this card a lot. We got some other really impactful cards in Opposition Agent. War Room is a great one that you can fit in just about any monocolored deck, even if you do draw cards well. We got Keeper of the Cord, which is, I think, the best white ramp card. For me, this is my preference because you also get those soldier tokens on top of it. We got Commander's Plate, which I very correctly predicted would be going in a ton of decks. One of the best equipment in the entire format, I think. Tons and tons of great 99 cards on top of the fact that you have really great commanders and the partner commanders. I don't think anyone's going to argue with this one. This is for sure the best commander set that they've made. The most impactful one, absolutely, without question. So it's number 1 on this list, and I don't think anyone can argue that. But that is all. That is my ranking of all of the commander sets. Tell me how I'm wrong in the comments. You know, it's really tough, especially in the middle with like 2017, 2018, those guys in there. It was hard to put which one where. It can be tough to evaluate a set if they have really, really good commanders, but the 99 cards are really bad. And there are a few sets like that. I find the 99 cards are overall probably going to be more impactful in the format because, of course, you can play them in any deck. The commanders, you're only going to play that in the deck where it's a commander. I mean, I guess you could put it in the 99 decks as well, but mostly the commanders from a set are going to impact the format because they are going to be played as commanders. But that's my take on it. Let me know how you would change this ranking in the comments below. But that is it for today, and thanks for tuning in.